Our lead story tonight, though overall India is doing well, cases climbing up as again in the last 24 hours, cases were over 18,000. That's for the third day running. India reported over 18,000 COVID cases. That's mainly because of the spike in Maharashtra, but the centre has warned that there are 8 states where the positivity rate is higher than the national average. This, as the Health Minister said today, that we are in the endgame of the pandemic in India. Politics shouldn't interfere in the war against COVID. But as we can see that with campaigns for state elections on across India and many parts otherwise, all COVID cautions seem to have been forgotten.
Crowds, campaigns, but few COVID precautions, even though active cases have shot up by almost 52,000 or 38% just in the last 20 days. Officials have blamed COVID inappropriate behavior, yet today the Health Minister announced India was seeing the end game of the COVID pandemic.
COVID is already on its way out. The only thing that we need to ensure is that number one, to keep politics out of the war against COVID. I think that's the most important thing.
The state of Kerala, the people are a bit lax, and the political parties are continuing with their campaign program where the COVID pandemic protocol are not being strictly adhered to.
Even though Delhi is on a central watch list of states with an upsurge, the State Health Minister Satyendra Jain also says the pandemic phase is ending and the city is entering the endemic phase.
From tomorrow, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha will resume according to the normal schedule that was there before COVID. Both the houses will meet between 11 AM and 6 PM and the MPs will sit in their own houses.
This comes even as India reported more than 18,000 daily cases for the third consecutive day, with 8 big states continuing to report a spike in daily cases. India's top medical body, the Indian Medical Association, today released a statement saying it is painful to note the discussion on endemic versus pandemic status of diseases are echoing in the political corridors. However, it ought to be substantiated by scientific evidence by the World Health Organization or ICMR only.
As public health expert, we are really worried looking at the data from last 3-4 weeks where there is a clear uptrend in the country. The cases have gone up from 10,000 to about 18,000 per day. We have to be very cautious.
India currently has 1.8 lakh active cases and many of its states are struggling to control the surge. Public figures will have to be more careful about their messaging to ensure that India's battle with COVID does not become tougher. In New Delhi with camera person Xavier Thomas, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.